And hello everybody, welcome back to episode number 132, I believe, of the CheckX series. If you're new here, as I say every single day, the CheckX series is pretty much all about me, your host Ivan, talking about everything that Elon talks about or discusses on X the day before. Today we're going to discuss what he talked about yesterday on Thursday, April 16th, 2026. He posted just about 58 times yesterday, not too much, but we're just going to get right into the episode here, not to keep this intro rolling too long. As we usually do here on this CheckX series, if you're new here, we usually start off with Tesla and to add on to that, artificial intelligence. So to start off the episode and this segment, Elon commented on reports regarding the Envision Terafab project, noting that manufacturing is the hardest part of the process and referenced a joint announcement with Intel. Yeah, so they're pretty much working together on that. We also talked about that last episode if you didn't see it. Moving on, and also highlighted the Tesla AI 5 chip and a new Tesla app update that allows users to, hold on, let me fix you guys there, that allows users to download clips with speed and steering data, which is very cool, much better, especially if you get into like a car accident, so you can't be held liable, especially if it's not your fault because of the whole justice system situation, all these lawyers. It's really stupid, but yeah. Moving on to FSD, or full self-driving, whatever you want to call it, Elon promoted the ability to use FSD supervised without a destination and shared clips of unsupervised robotaxis successfully navigating dead ends. Also, Elon reposted data showing that Tesla's unsupervised robotaxis had 0 accidents according to updated NHTSA data. Also, Elon mentioned new app features for Tesla service, including using Grok to answer vehicle-specific questions. Very cool. Also, Elon noted that the signature Model X the Model X Signature Edition is sold out, and shared a story of a Model S with over 800,000 kilometers on it. Pretty interesting. And last but not least, Elon reposted a comment from May Musk regarding the vehicle's smooth suspension. By the way, May Musk, if you don't know who that is Elon's mother. Moving on to SpaceX and aerospace. Just a couple things to add on here to the episode, but to start off this segment, Elon announced that the Starship version 3 booster, or V3 booster, and ship will be ready for a test flight in just a few weeks, despite some perceived delays. Also, Elon discussed the immense thrust of the Super Heavy booster, describing it as the most powerful moving object in human history, which isn't really wrong. Also, last but not least, Elon praised SpaceX's ability to build complex ground systems and buildings such as the Giga Bay in Florida in record time, by the way. Moving on to Starlink and excuse me, voice crack. Moving on to Starlink and the South African conflict. Something that has been a big topic recently. We actually didn't talk about it at all, or much at all, in the previous episodes, but we have talked about it in the last couple of episodes, though. It's basically this whole scandal. I'm going to give you a rundown how, Starlink is trying to turn on it's trying to commission service pretty much in South Africa, but the South African government and its racial laws are stopping from doing that because apparently it just deters white people or some shit. It's just very, that was a very, minimized thing. But yeah, starting off this segment, just to explain a little bit more to you guys, Elon engaged in a heated debate regarding South African laws, specifically the Black Economic Empowerment, or BEE, or B, requirements, which he labeled as super racist and apartheid 2.0. We've talked about that before. Moving on, Elon also pushed back against claims from the South African government. He was refusing to comply with local laws, arguing that the 30% local equity requirement was the primary hurdle. Also, Elon highlighted Starlink's offer to provide free high-speed internet to 5,000 rural schools, a move he claims is being blocked by the government. Last but not least, Elon agreed with suggestions that South Africa should be sanctioned if it does not change its race-based laws, and I couldn't really agree more, honestly, if this is really what's going on down there. Moving on to X, talking about social media and Grok AI, just 2 things to add on here, but to start off this small little segment here, Elon noted that Grok hit an all-time high in web traffic and announced the beta release of a Grok build app and terminal for next week. Also, last but not least, Elon shared jokes about LinkedIn and compared Grok's safety filters to search results for Notify apps on Apple and Google platforms. Moving on to U.S. politics and social issues. Before we pretty much start wrapping up the episode here, but to start off this segment, Elon criticized the financial impact of migrants on the welfare system, agreeing that they are a net drain on society. Also, Elon reacted strongly to a California gubernatorial candidate who labeled ICE a criminal organization, stating that being against deporting criminals hurts the state. Pretty obvious there, and Elon also posted about the scale of the government taxpayer fraud and shared a satirical post from the Babylon Bee about tax day. Elon expressed approval for Disney World, returning to traditional ladies and gentlemen greetings instead of gender neutral messaging. Good news. Wow. Last but not least, Elon expressed support for Marty O'Donnell, who is running for a congressional seat in Nevada. Moving on to criminal justice and public safety before we wrap up the episode. Just last three things here for the episode, but to start off this segment, Elon argued for a major overhaul of the justice system, suggesting it should be renamed a public safety system focused on the likelihood of reoffense rather than philosophical arguments about morality. I 100% agree. Also, Elon commented on several specific cases of violent crime and recidivism, expressing frustration with psychopaths being released back into society. Last but not least, the episode, Elon shared a clip regarding how guns save people, noting the information was interesting. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, that pretty much wraps up episode number 131 of the CheckX series. If you guys made it all the way to the end, appreciate you guys for watching. I recommend dropping a like, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. I also recommend going back and watch some of the other recent CheckX episodes just to get a nice little sequence of events if you want going for you. Based on what Elon's saying, if you care that much, well appreciated. But if you guys made it all to the end, appreciate you guys for watching. Once again, I'll see you guys later.